I admittedly just stared at this camera for about 30 seconds trying to figure out what day it was. I feel like they're definitely blending a lot lately, partly because we've been quite busy on our end, and partly because it feels a little bit like Groundhog's Day every day. Anyways, today what I wanted to jump into is taking a look at, obviously we know that throughout the country there are several states that are starting to loosen up their restrictions from their stay-at-home orders, and we're starting to see their economies grow and adapt to kind of the new normal, so to say. We in Illinois are still we are still in our stay-at-home order. There are some changes that will be starting tomorrow, but for the most part, we're still in a pretty strict stay-at-home order, because that was in my opinion, the very good decision made by our Governor Pritzker, who I think he and Mayor Lightfoot are doing a phenomenal job with this. Anyways, but having other states start to open up more is giving us the ability to kind of watch and track their real estate markets to understand what we see happening there, because that gives us a little bit more understanding of what we can expect within our own markets. Now, when I talk about opening up the states, it's for each state, it's very, very different. We have to remember that where real estate has been deemed an essential service within Illinois, that's not true for certain states. So some states they were completely shut down, and now they are an essential service, or now they are able to work at some level. Some they were working at a capacity in which we are, but then now it's a little bit more open. So there's a lot of different qualifications of what opening up a state is from a real estate perspective. That being said, in a lot of the areas that we are tracking, Denver's seen some big changes, South Carolina sees some big changes, Georgia, those markets are ones that we're kind of tracking and watching. And so far we're seeing them perform pretty much in line with what we expected. We are seeing a growth in the homes that are going on the market and a growth in the number of showings that are transpiring. Those are the two biggest things that we can measure right now. I wouldn't say that overall anything is off the charts, just crazy, but we didn't expect it to be that way. We, as I talked about last night a little bit, that idea of that check mark recovery, if you think about that towards real estate as well, is that we took a very, very sudden drop, and then we're going in the right direction. But we've got to get confidence. We've got people to feel safe in what they're doing and understanding that. But each week, I think that's showing some good strength within Chicago. Even though nothing has changed with our stay-at-home order as of yet, we are seeing that our showings are up as well. We are seeing that our number of homes coming on the market is slowly getting up there. So we are seeing some forward momentum. That being said, what I really wanted to talk about tonight was the fact that we've seen throughout this, quite a few economists, and even more so now, have really been touting that real estate, they see the housing sector as the part of the economy that could really kind of be a leader in what helps our economy get back to a better place. Kind of a leader in our economic turmoil, so to say, which is obviously feels very different than when the last time we were talking about crisis, back in the housing crisis, because that was one in which we pulled everything down and we were the last out of the mud, so to say. But right now, housing is obviously getting a lot of good press, so to say. But I think one of the things that's important for people to realize is when homes sell, and the reason that economists are looking at this as favorable as they do, is there's a lot of components that actually impact the economy when it comes to housing. It's not necessarily just people buying and selling housing and getting new houses. First and foremost, from a construction standpoint, the more construction that's happening, the more jobs there are to be had. On average throughout the country, to build 1,000 homes can take up to about 3,000 workers. That's a very, very average number, but once again, that's a lot of jobs. And obviously right now, one of the biggest things that we're dealing with is that we have a lot of people that are unemployed. So first and foremost, building houses, renovating houses, getting houses ready for market, all of those things to prepare houses give job opportunities, and job opportunities is something that's very, very important to us right now, which is a great thing to see. there's a whole other part of the economic process of buying and selling houses, and just in terms of the money that is generated from a house sale. Obviously, people think and understand about stuff like real estate commissions. So we have income related pieces. So whether it's real estate attorneys, mortgage lenders, title companies, all of those, obviously, we've got actual income being created for those sectors. But then you have to take a step back and say, okay, well, when sellers are getting their houses ready for sale, they pay money often to get it in the best condition. So whether they're doing small renovations or just cleanup or tidy work, they are putting money into the economy to get houses ready for sale. After a transaction, then, people are customizing their houses for themselves. That customization could be literally going to Home Goods and buying towels and rugs and curtains and stuff like that, or it could be coming in and doing a whole house remodel. But we've been able to tell on average how much people spend to get a house ready for sale and to get a house ready once you move in to really be customized. All of these things bring money into our economy. And a lot of this is why, when you look at it from the sake that we have confidence with where our real estate market is now, and this is a sector that can provide a lot of jobs and bring money back into our economy. That's really why people are saying the housing industry this time through may actually be one of our leaders. So I thought that was just important to note, that those that are out there doing real estate or planning to do real estate, they are helping our economy to heal and get us back to a better place. So on that note, I will hope that you are kind. Be kind to one another. Be kind to yourself. Take care of one another. Take care of yourself. Be socially responsible, especially to those of you that are in states that are opening things up and quite aggressively. Be proud of our essential workers and our first responders. They're doing an amazing job. We are getting through this. I'm thinking we are doing remarkably well. There's always room for improvement, and we're going to continue to do great. And I'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow night. Be well.